wonderful good day, good evening, or whatever it might be on your end. We're going to go today into SOULASH again, and let's see. I want to start building my character for real this time, and, you know... Wait a sec, something is wrong here. I'll be right there in a second. Somehow wrong. Here. Wrong picture snuck in. Okay, I think now we're finally good to go. Very sorry for the delay. A couple of things are not doable before the stream is running. Poet, hi there. So happy to see you. So our little Iconia is going quite well. We are only slightly overproducing food, but we begin there. Another day's problem, I dare say. For today, I want to get myself some money together so we can invest into some better skills. Let's check back with our city. Hey, Paperboy, welcome. Kind of really sorry that I'm so late today, but wasn't able to get earlier online today. Okay, now then, how much money do we already have here? 442 bucks with 1,300. Haha. So, mine. Wonderful. What skills will we upgrade next? I think I will go for Adventuring 20. Got the day off tomorrow. Sounds nice. For me, there will be no day off for a while now. Over the weekend, I need to do taxes. So, no rest for the wicked. Alright, let's go for that attacked caravan and see where that'll take us. Wait a sec. No, not yet. Actually, Knock Pit Outpost. That's very, very small, but maybe they have an adventure. Just realized that I wanted to increase my skill level first. So, Grandmaster training even. Okay. Should work. And I need finally a one-handed mace or axe, because that sword is bad for me. It scales with dexterity, and I'm bad with dexterity. So, ask for training. Here we go. Which skills besides that? Athletics are not longer necessary because I can unlock lunge. That's all I want. Magical abilities, well, I don't really expect to be able to get there. Mace fighting. I think that's what we're going to roll with. What would villains do? The letters that you're mentioning, they are a sort of a mini story that you can follow in between the regions, because they basically give you lore, but I don't think that they are coherent in any way. Like, I think they are just they just have that numeration for the developer to keep them apart from one another. Just realized that I am needing some drop-off location. Okay. Let's keep the caravans going. I don't want to sell food yet. Not quite. Can we sell double bundles? Oh, no, we can't. It's a shame. But whatever. $600 aren't bad either. Oh no, my manor needs to be accessed like that now. So we're going to store all that crafting material here. This is something that I always wanted to do. Alright, small cave in the savannah. I almost died there, I remember. Enchanted forest? No, let's go for this place. Okay, so let's hopefully not kill ourselves accidentally. Alright, so now it's raiding these locations until I find a nice weapon or any other nice drop that will help us get further down the road. Because troublesome locations already have quite decent items. It will get even better with the hard locations, but I'm not able to keep up with these yet. So, javelin. How unsavory. Dryad spine, talking about unsavory. Okay. Hello! Yeah, we're pretty much destroying them dudes. Nice. So, yeah, gear-wise, they're not really anything too interesting. But whatever. Since I'm a city owner now, I am also not going to loot any low-value item anymore. We're going to focus on the better stuff now. Necromancy! There we go. So the plan that I made up is that we're going to go mace and go all in Sauron style. With a big fat mace and necromancy and all. Good old Lord of Evil vibes. But currently I'm just a apprentice Lord of Evil. So these items here, for example, with a value of 70-ish. It's not really much either, but it's better. Yeah, it's so nice when you don't have to earn your money from harvesting resources out there anymore. I totally get that. Okay, I think we are good to go here. Let's bid that. Okay. Mage Tower. Do I need to drop off items? I think we should go to Knockpit and sell some. I love the name. Alright. I have some meat to bake. Wait a sec, I got a copper machete in my inventory. It's like the item that... Am I... Yes, I got disarmed again. Always the same. Okay. Yeah, let's take that Mage Tower. These are fairly easy. Famous last words. Okay, mostly fire creatures here. That are oddly susceptible to burning themselves somehow. I mean, they're not really burning well or anything, but they do burn, which I find odd. Alright. These fire horses are quite, grog? Did they got renamed, or... do these have now names? Shaga, yeah. Brazoka. I knew that, oh gosh. Now I feel bad for murdering this mage's pet fire horses. It's a rough world. He'll never know that I did it. These fire horse horns are pretty nice loot, by the way. Pretty good fire damage on gear. And resistance too. Also, quite nice value. 13 bucks each. Downside, these horses are a little bit hard to kill. Sort of. Once you are good at melee, they are not really hard to kill anymore. There's a goat. I don't spare no goat. I just realized that I could, if I am rich enough, upgrade my manor into a settlement as well, then move in a small family that is just facilitating a food collection area, and then they could caravan out my loot and earn money with it. I need to try that out. Oh yeah. I might be not good with swords, but good enough. Oh, look, we can't just walk into these guys. Nice. Oh, yeah. This is why melee is actually quite fun. Because it's very, very lazy. Until you just suddenly die, because you're very, very lazy. Okay. Oops. Necromancy! There we go. Fire beetle shells, well, 6 bucks each. Also +2 for... Why are they doing the same amount of damage like a fire horse horn? It's weird. Hey Pikachu, welcome. Did I already tell you that Pikachu is the favorite Pokemon of my kid? I figured you might find that fun. If I already told you so, I'm very sorry. Maybe I'm growing old and senile by now. Well, I should pop up the regeneration again. If I remember correctly, I also did try, if you can, murder enemies by just doing this. Oh, where did my... Why is my shield not... I tossed it downstairs. It's so much fun to do that. Yeah. It's again here. It did take damage from before, though. I think it's dead now. Pretty fun that you can do that with your shield slams. This is, as a matter of fact, pretty powerful. I'm very afraid that the enemy might do the same. Alright. Yeah. So the mage on the tower is not angry about me killing his minions, nor is he angry about me plundering this place like a madman. Ooh, better cloak. Nice. Oh, this dude is actually good enough to train me some pyromancy. Back in older versions, this was not the case. Nifty. I need to mark this place. Oh no, I took damage. Whee! Whee! It gives athletics XP, that's why I'm jumping off of the tower instead of climbing regularly down like a normal person. Slawmancer. I was so close to playing Slawmancer tonight myself, do you know? I actually was kind of like hovering it as a secondary choice for today. But then I felt like coming back to SOULASH once more. So, do we have another trader? Yes, we do. Okay. Let's keep sending our traders because it's the easiest way to earn money now. Sure, I mean, the stuff that I'm looting is also worth money, and it'd be foolish not to sell it. But the good part is that I now can focus mostly on gear that is actually worth something, and crafting items we just keep for later usage on ourselves. Alright, I learned some pyromancy. Well, my problem with Pokemon was that I was already so old when it came out that I kind of like felt too old to get into it. I didn't have any friends that were into it, and that, yeah, that kind of like killed it eventually for me. So, wasn't there a method to hear map failures? So this way I can get there. Yeah. Hey, what? Just picking up my money and getting back to that Mr. Majo. So we are going to be a better fire mage. Because, you know, playing a mage. Yeah, Cyrillum is a great game and very comparable to Pokemon, that's true. Alright. Let's go to this mage once more. Ooh. Ah, that's the fire beetle that I tossed down the tower. It did. It properly did. The mage moved out. That is something that I'll keep on my mind. Okay. Sad. Hey, athletics. Okay, I didn't expect that. There we go. I sometimes wonder in how far ADHD and autism aren't just descriptions of the same phenomena on the same spectrum, so to speak. But I don't know. I'm no doctor. Sometimes I see these things and I'm like, yeah, I can relate so much to that, but I can't relate to the rest. That sounds more like autism spectrum, but whatever. Don't mean to sound wrong here. Just feel like there's really way more to discover than we already know. Alright, undead. No undead? Wolves? Big fat wolves. Muscle wolves. I mean, these dudes have so many more HP compared to regular wolves. There we go. Vaguely remember this place. Alright. Very happy that I have finally some reason to fling my fire spells again and learn something out of that. But I will remember that my next visit on the on a mage tower will be with a fuller wallet. Once the Sanctuary is a game that I didn't get into as of generally. Okay, that's it. Seriously? Okay. Ooh, a ring with physical resistance. Not bad, not bad. And a real deal iron chainmail. Much better than what I'm wearing right now. Hooray! Okay, nice haul. Goblins Cave. Now these are relatively dangerous. Here, that's a good place to crash. I don't like to go into neither elven nor orcish, dwarvish cities, because you always have to navigate so much through their city in a very, very annoying way. Oh, that's a regular cat, not a cat person. Try to trade with the cat. What can you train? Hunting. They don't have floromancy, just mace fighting. Mace fighting, though. I need to check on that ring, too. Physical +1, physical +1. Yeah, that one is definitely better. There we go. Racking up these amounts of physical resistance is making me a lot more resilient and therefore safer. Welcome back, Poet. Okay. So far, so good. Hunting grounds, yet again, now. I should be now able to tank out pretty much anything that the game tosses on me in these difficulty levels. Black Panthers! panther leather. Ooh. Dex +2, sneak +2. Oh great, a bamboo log. Just what I needed for my pocket. And a baby goat. Which oddly weighs just 1 pound. But I don't even want to start questioning these things. But yeah, these elven wooden arm guards, they're a real upgrade. Nice. So... Fireball! Okay. Very happy. We are definitely strong enough for cracking up the troublesome locations all over the world. Nice. Now I just need a proper weapon to have some fun with. But since we're pretty good at the looting game these days, I mean, I keep looting quite nice items left and right, I am quite convinced that we're going to find a nice weapon sooner or later. Yorin, hi there. What level can I find? After hard difficulty, you can find books that teach you magical skills. Keflin, it's a wonderful game. Can only recommend. Autism doesn't necessarily only make you introvert. That is not really true. The problem about autism spectrum is that it's so wide that you can really find a lot of characters in that. The problem is that we've been mostly indoctrinated into the Asperger syndrome, which are super introverted autists that are very specific kind. But if you are more like me in the high masking spectrum, you end up being absurdly extroverted at times because you try to emulate your environment. And this can be very over exaggerated. And you can easily look like a completely extroverted person, but actually you're trying to just emulate people and you have no clue what the hell you're doing and you're burning yourself out while you're doing so. It's really wild how wide the spectrum goes. It's not as easy. That's the only thing that I can say. Copper oval shield. How delightfully useless for me. But I mean, the main thing is not the labeling. It's matter if we call it autism, ADD, or Asperger's syndrome, or whatever. The most important thing is that you handle... If you are neurodivergent, you ought to handle yourself with care, with tender, loving care, and appreciate the fact that you're just a little bit wired differently than other people, and respect your strengths and weaknesses according to them. And life's great. It's just that. It's less about the label, more about the handling. But I really don't like that nowadays people have a tendency to shove psychopharmacy on top of these things. Ooh, Trail of Flame. Ito. But it's a very controversial topic, so I don't want to ruffle any feathers here. Yeah, Yorin, exactly. The thing for me, at least, is that I find it absurdly exhausting after a while. Like, other people go out of a social situation that I know, and they're like, yeah, that's been nice with all the people and such. And I'm like, I can finally let loose and stop pretending that I felt comfy around all that. And can finally let go my attention, and it's such a pressure about several people to me. But to the outside person, I just look like a perfectly normal guy. I'm enjoying themselves, chatting, and all. But the internal things can be completely different. Alrighty. So, do I need to crash back at my place? Not yet. Let's see if I can send some caravaneers again. Oh yeah. And this is what I really like about this part of the game, that you can just earn so easily large amounts of money. Oh yeah, look at that. We are wildly positive in our food income now. So I can afford to sell away some. We can repeat that. But I don't like repeatable caravans as of yet. What I really would appreciate if the game had a concept where you could tell your caravans to automatically go to the most profitable place. So the traders automatically redo the caravan, but change the places according to the topmost on the list. That would be dope. Yeah, that sums up. That sounds like me. But if I feel like I can't trust people, I can be such a shut-in. I really draw back to myself and almost say nothing anymore if I have the feeling that somebody doesn't vibe with me or uses my words against me. Then I can be very, very, very introverted. But that's not because I enjoy saying nothing. That's because I don't know what to say without feeling antagonized. It's a big difference. Alright. I already hate this place because it's full of wasps. What's not to hate? Like, seriously, how could you not hate wasps? There we go. Is this the... No. An Arctic flower. Endurance +2. And some shoes for butt kicking. But no thanks. They are really not too appealing. Yeah, those wasps are pushovers. As a kid, I was chronically scared of wasps. Really, really phobic, almost. It's a lot better now. I still dislike them, sort of. But I accepted them as part of the cycle of nature. It still doesn't make me quite happy, though, to squish them in games like these and set their nests on fire. Something deep down inside me just hates these critters. But I guess we all have critters that we hate. My wife hates ticks. Just have to mention them in her vicinity and she goes crazy. Yeah, I always have really big trouble finding a starter into a conversation that I don't, if not somebody talks to me. I find it nigh impossible to get into a conversation with people because, I don't know, I feel pretty much always intrusive if I just lock myself into a conversation. Then I have that very awkward feeling that I can't really fathom if I now cross the line that was not okay to be crossed, or if the people actually enjoy me participating in a conversation. On top of that comes my inability to interpret their facial motion. It's a nightmare. I'm pretty good at guessing though. Canines of all sorts, yeah. We have a dog since 1.5 years now. Oh, that's an interesting caveat, villains. Um, Very sorry that to hear this PTSD things because you know, I know, and yeah, it's interesting. I had no clue that these things are interconnected. That is a very, very interesting point. I'm going to look deeper into that. Thanks for that. Because I can only say in my on my end, it's definitely a very similar story, and I never saw it under that light that these things could be connected in any way. So, Aspen Stone Axe, again a two-handed one. Mycelium spores. That's pretty useful though. A claymore. It's worth 128 bucks though. So yeah, I'm going to keep it. No, they poisoned me. But the Floromancer I am, I'm immune against poison. Take that. Yeah, this game has Z levels. You can go up and down as much as you want, and you can even build up and down as much as you want. The building menu is still a little bit on the clunkier side, proper word, but it's very, very manageable and feasible. All right, the Wasps had shocking amounts of equipment. Two months ago. Oh, nice. So happy to hear that. Yeah, I grew up with dogs, or one dog, and then when the first one passed away, we had another dog, and then when I moved out, I had many years not enough money to afford a dog. Technically, we can't afford a dog either, but practically, I don't care. You know, we have all the money that it takes for the veterinarian and all, but it would be smarter in my life choices to not invest into a pet right now, but it's also very smart in terms of my mental balance and mental health to have a dog. So, either way, it's been a very, very important thing to me. That's all I want to say. All right, our city is making money. Nice. I love this. Oh, she's grateful to be here, our doggo. She does that. Well, villains, I think the interconnection between PTSD and autism is pretty apparent now that I think about it. I mean, autists tend to experience the world often very intense, at least certain aspects of it. You know, I personally am experiencing parts of the world much more intense than other people, and therefore, I'm not surprised at all that you are suffering from traumatic experiences eventually, especially if you are experiencing something that nobody around you, usually, can relate to. My personal experience was always like, everybody around me was like, hey, why are you crying? There's nothing to cry about, you little wuss. Get over it. That's been pretty much all that I've been hearing my entire childhood long, because in the eyes of my environment, there was nothing to be upset about. They had no understanding for that, and in hindsight, I understand it, because for a neuronormal person, these things were perfectly fine, and there has been nothing to it actually. So, yeah, cognitive dissonance, and I think this can easily lead to traumatic experiences. Long story short, to get to the bottom line again. Because being left alone while feeling like crap, it's a good soil for trauma. Jeez, deep topics tonight. I didn't see that one coming. Complaining here, just enjoying the good company. So, tell you what, we're going to whoop some goblins down. How about that? Oh, I hear you, Pikachu. Sorry about that. Teachers can be such tools. Very sorry for you. It's never good if teachers treat children badly, because they are the role models that we learn everything from. I overread that one about the snakes, Pikachu. Snakes can be such nice animals. The only thing that I have a problem with is that you have to feed them with life feed. That's just a little bit grossing me out, honestly. But then on the other side, I was initially grossed out by the fact to pick up the poop of my dog and throw it away in a bin. Initially, I mean, I don't enjoy it or anything like that, but I consider it now as work that needs to be just done. So I could imagine that this impression also would wear off eventually. Ooh. I had a friend once, like 20 years ago, who was also in the ambulance area. I don't know if that checks out to first responder. I don't know, language, German language for medical personnel is a little bit different, but that guy also had to quit his job when he had when he had some traumatizing experiences firsthand with suicide victims. Pretty harsh stuff. Really nice guy. Wonderful person, but I don't know. Felt really sorry for him because he had to change job quite abruptly when he was not deemed fit for service anymore. And they didn't reintegrate him, which I found pretty shocking at that time, and I still do. Guy was very, very dedicated. He just would have needed some therapy and not just getting dropped on. Whatever. Germany's weird sometimes. Alright. Frying some goblins. Hand axe. Thank you. That's a start. I mean, I am looking more for maces, because maces have cooldown disruption. This is even better. Which means you can force the enemy's skills into cooldown when using a mace, which can be extremely useful. Well, here in Germany, it's really very bad behavior if you're not collecting the droppings of your dog. People here in the place where I'm living at are very, very strict about that. And if they notice you not taking care of that, you've got some enemies for life. They'll closely monitor if you are coming on by. Bonk. I don't know, Shield Slam is somehow one of the most satisfying skills in SOULASH. Being able to just toss them around like that is just a fun experience. Hey Jasper, welcome. So you are playing a goblin? I think I did that once too. But I now remember. I tried out a large world there and I totally did regret. A large world does not have more locations than a smaller world. The locations are just further spread apart. I didn't like that at all. Oh! Spike clubs. Ah, they are two-handed. Too bad. We need one-handed weapons because I don't want to have to drop the shield. Shields are way too useful. Go. I mean, technically these guys are quite dangerous, don't get me wrong. They hit quite hard, they're pretty well equipped, and they're, worst of all, very numerous. But luckily we can't draw them apart like that. Yeah, but I'm blocking them quite nicely. Alright. We got quite some access to sell. Nice. Yeah. Easy Goblin Cave. I feel like my mage is doing really absurd amounts of damage with this magic. Ooh. That's a new sword type. A Vodnik's Finger. Alright. Whatever a Vodnik is. Physical +7. Ooh. Yeah, well. They can't keep that sword. It's not valuable enough. Now we're talking. Jeez. Getting some serious armor upgrades lately. Which is extremely good because it enhances my survivability. Wasp nest plundered? No? It's like we missed a chest still. Ugh. So, want to buy some axes? I got some beautiful axes, but not the hatchet. The hatchet is mine. We still use this for chopping. Though I could use... well, you know what? You can have the hatchet. Just realized that I got Floromancy and the hand axe can be used as well. It's just not as good as the hatchet, but... it's a little bit slower. I don't care. Hey, wake up, I have access to stuff. Imagine you sleeping in your little hut and a stranger comes on in and talks about access to sell. I bet these guys were happy that I was just selling them axes. Hey babe, give him money. Maybe he'll go away. The situational comedy of that situation was huger than I expected. So, where's the last chest? Up here? Up here. Ooh, it's even guarded. Eat some fireball, you dirty wasps. I really do like the damage output of that one here. Woo! Hot shit, man. I've been experiencing some wild stuff as well. And I can totally relate to these fight or flight reflexes. My wife sometimes still has a little bit problems with me swinging into super defensive battle mode from time to time. I can totally relate. And I think you never get that completely out of your system. Because it's just part of your neurology. You just have to work accordingly with it. It's really nice to hear you talking about these things, because I rarely find people that I can actually relate about with these things. Weird. The internet is a wonderful place. Wasps hate incarnate, yes. In my case, it's been only knives, but it's bad enough. And in one occasion, I've had a dozen people trying to assault me at once. That was really, really one nasty situation. You just can't see larger masses of people the same way anymore again. ever. Alrighty. The Circus of Blood. At my current stand, it's really a pretty low location. I mean, I am very much able to just bust them down in melee. Just sort of wasted potential, no? Sort of wondering now. Should I go to the orcs and just, or the dwarves and just let myself... Yeah, I think we're going to get ourselves a custom craft mace now. Ooh, scroll. Letter 9. There we are. Blood for the blood gods. And these are, in my opinion, just fluff backgrounds that try to give you a little bit of a piece of fluff for the location here. I don't think that they are a longer connected thing. I haven't seen anything leading to this at least yet. Because I found like scroll number 3 or 4, which is lying around on the ground when you have that abandoned hut where there's some weird cultists sitting in the basement. Yeah, violent stuff going on in Germany. Well, the thing is, I've been growing up in a very, very poverty-stricken area. And while I was a kid, we had huge problems, for one, with immigrational violence, and the other thing, drugs. These were the two centerpieces that destroyed entire existences around here, around my childhood. And yeah, I mean, the violence in Germany is not being dealt out with weapons, it's just dealt out with fists, you know? People just punch you and brawl you if they hate you. Easy. You don't need weapons to hurt people, you see. And, yeah. Being an outsider, it was always easy for people to mop up on me. No props. And the rest is a few things that I wouldn't share here publicly on the internet. Because that's nobody else's business, you truly understand. But in short, yeah. These things happen here in Germany, and I'm pretty sure they happen in every civilized country where poverty just happens and is being kept unfettered. You know? Poverty breeds violence. It's always like that. Sooner or later somebody gets hurt. Always. But I mean, for us Europeans, it's hard to imagine how it's like to be in America right now, with all the things that I see happening. I mean, got no clue. I mean, I try to be informed with US media and all, but it sounds like, whew. Let's sum it up with that. Please. I don't want to get political here or anything. Please avoid that if possible, because it's about gaming. Just feel like, yeah. America seems to be quite the hot spot. Silk apron. Wish you all the best. On a completely unrelated note. Okay. So these blood circuses were really, really not much to write home about. Much ado about nothing. The Great Circus. Now, let's see if we're going to be better entertained there compared to the Blood Circus. Okay. Oh, well, let's check back. Yeah, the traders can travel again. There we go. But it's obviously not that much production to facilitate two traders constantly. We need more. But considering that they are currently producing so many resources, we're gonna be good. Ooh, it's a circus full of wild, crazy animals. Hey, Mr. Bear. They even got a lion. Nice. Wow. I don't feel like magic did that much damage in previous versions. Don't know. I don't really feel like I'm doing anything differently than I did in previous times. I just feel like the intelligence and the damage over time effects scale much harder than ever before. Nothing bad about that. On the contrary. Okay. Well, it's items to sell. That's okay. Germany is great if you're visiting it. But I think every country has its pitfalls when you're living in it. Everyone. Not a single one, I think, is spared from that. Because where many people come together, there's always room for madness. Simply put. So. Hello. Wanna buy stuff? I got machetes. And, another hand axe? Is that... Did I get disarmed again? Or did I just forget to sell one? I think it's the latter, but I want to be sure. Yeah. Still got some beautiful axe to sell. Special axe, just for you. Kept it. Just for you. Tailoring. Okay. Isn't that a visit code? But okay. Obviously, you connect some deeper things with the word. Okay, we go now to the Dofus and hope that they can make me a weapon. Let's send another caravan. Oh, they can now do the buggy trading with my manor, even though there's nobody living at my manor. This is a weird thing that I really hope will get fixed one day. Ooh, 8 people, dang. I don't have work for 8 people. Stonemaker, stonemason, carpenter, mine. They don't even have a weaponsmith. I thought so. Germans and Americans have really pretty close ties, actually. One of my best friends in school, she was her dad was American and her mom and her mom was German. So I mean, I have a half brother whose father was a German, was an American soldier, and he didn't stay here in Germany. Went away. So Not savannah. I have it directly in my family, basically. My dad worked for the U.S. Army here when they were still stationed in Germany, so yeah. I can't even read that aloud. Okay. You guys have quite the military, don't you? I'm leaving the male chicken alone. Okay, I'll leave you to that. The chat can do its own jokes out of that. These orcs got a weaponsmith. So, mace me up. Are you kidding me? You can't mace me up. Gugh. Okay. I guess you've been only the apprentice, right? Oh, you're the leather worker. But you're the master, okay? Please tell me that you can craft more things. No. Still not ready to mace me up. Alright, whatever. Means only that I need to collect my own stuff. How unfortunate. This is something I really feel like the game could improve on. I find it always extremely weird to visit a big city and then they can't even make you these things. I mean, sometimes you are even that unlucky that they do know how to make these things, but then they don't have a single piece of metal in the city. So, yeah. This is something that I really hope that version 1.0 will handle a little bit better, because currently cities have so little shopping value and all the sales value, basically, which bothers me, in all honesty. I think it shouldn't be like that. But what do I know? What are you, thorn spitters? You're the ones that you shouldn't melee, right? But on the other hand, it is quite easy to just nuke you. Okay. I accidentally fireballed the entire area here. Wow, these are regenerating fast. Okay. Silver sabatons. These are at least worth a lot. So, Mr. Baboon, why do you want to die so desperately? All right. There's something hostile behind me. I love it how my character can clearly discern between the hostile slithering of a snake and the docile slithering of a silk maggot or a silkworm. That's the word. I find it very interesting that these thorn spitter things can't burn. Yeah, I wouldn't visit America right now either. I really hope that the regime will find an end soon, and people can get back to normal lives again as quick as possible. So, shouldn't there be a downstairs area here too? Because we haven't raided the whole place yet. So there's, again, one chest somewhere. But I vaguely remember this place being underground, too. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to spend my time too hard on that. Damn, that sounds nice. Good German dishes? Well, one of my personal favorites is mixing sauerkraut with mashed potatoes and giving that one a spin with some what's it? Pork belly. Cook it with salty pork belly. Oh damn! I'm missing the English words, but yeah, it's more of a Polish thing that comes out. It's just a goo mixed between sauerkraut and mashed potatoes, but damn, it tastes really, really good. You can put in any meat basically that fits to that, and it's delicious. Messy and delicious, easy to cook. And my mum would be happy that I'm sharing this with you. If she'd be still alive, that is. There we go. It's the acid-spitting cultists again. They killed one of my characters in the past. Nowadays, I appreciate their valuable cult objects. No wonder you have no followers. It's trying to burn me here. There we go. Ceremonial dagger, 146 bucks. Bacon is not the same, Hjorin. Bacon is usually sliced very thinly. The stuff that I'm talking about is is thick like that, and it still has the outer skin, so to speak, the one that goes really crispy and is almost not eatable if you because it's too hard. It's not exactly the same as bacon. I think there should be a proper word for that, but I'm lacking it. Yeah, stews are really, really a good point too. But in general, the German cuisine, kitchen, however you want to call it, is pretty unimpressive at many ends, because people are really just finding ways to cram in as much meat and booze as possible. Sorry. Not sorry. Maybe I'm doing my German friends here wrong too, but I am not a big fan of German cookery in general. Ooh, iron plate greaves. They are even better than the ones that I got. Damn, nice. That's very, very true, Pikachu. Well, we call all cured smoked pork belly bacon. I are. Well, sauerkraut is just amazing. I mean, still love that stuff until the very day. The trick is to cook it so it loses its acidity. So wherever you take it, if it comes off out of your can or out of a bag very sourly, poachers camps, that's really dangerous. To cook it a while, like 45 minutes, and don't shy away from using a bit sugar. A couple of tablespoons of sugar don't hurt. Sauerkraut loves some sugar. It depends on your taste, though. If you overdo it, it becomes really, really weird taste-wise. But, yeah, get the idea. Alright. Last time I did this, I died. This time, you die. These cat dudes have a lot of HP, though. But my physical resistance now is really somewhere else. Their arrows hardly penetrate my armor anymore. That makes all the difference. But these baobab arrows, they're super valuable. Oh boy. This is why I really love to attack these poacher camps once you can't do it. They're so valuable. Mm-hmm. No, poet. That's it is more like salt cured pork meat, roughly this thick, such in slices, and you can cook it. And if you would fry it, it would be you can also eat it as it is because it is already smoked and cured. It's basically smoked bacon, yeah. But not breakfast bacon. I think I keep living under the false impression that breakfast bacon would be, yeah. I think I'm mistaking bacon for breakfast bacon lately. I think that's the whole problem. Yeah, things you think about while you're massacring a poacher's camp. At the end of the day, it's all pork. And cat, obviously. Falling back behind the trees now. Because I feel like I am taking a little bit too much damage for my taste. But only a little bit. I mean, we killed off all of the archers at the same time, so it should be okay. I don't pick up crude arrows, though. I don't like to combine mashed potatoes and cheese, but I see many people liking it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not exactly my taste. Whammy. Yeah, those hunters, they have a really, really high range, though. This can easily mess you up. Okay. Let's see. I think we got all of the poachers now. Oh, merciful. gorilla contesting my authority. Spaghetti carbonara is wonderful. It's a little bit heavy, but it's also very, very tasty indeed. Ooh. Okay, yeah, definitely better. Dang. Constantly upgrading today. Nice. I'm relieved that I am not only talking gibberish here, villains. I personally also think that animals have so many wonderful parts that we can eat that often don't get used properly. I really got no clue which part of the beef's leg it is that we Germans call Beinscheibe. I really got no clue. I mean, I guess it's the knee or something like that. But, you know, Bein means leg, and it's not really very specific. It's meat that you need to cook really, really long. But it, for one, makes an excellent broth because you have a very big bone that you keep cooking, and the meat itself, it's riddled with cartilage and all. But if it's when it's cooked long enough, it's super tender and tasty. You guys got me mouth watering here in the middle of the night. Oh yeah, that's a nice chunk of money. Yeah. Okay. This was a nice bump up money-wise. I still need a mace though. Salmon is a wonderful taste, yeah. Yeah, you part of the Beinscheibe is very low on meat. It's some sort of leg meat on the lower half of the leg. Maybe the calf, yeah. It could be. It could absolutely be. I have no clue. I'm not that deep into butchery, but the bottom line for me is that it is for many people a very undesirable cut, and I think that managing these more undesirable parts, that's something I really do like to do. Finding good recipes for these. I like to be grateful for the meat and all. Animals actually die for other stuff, which is quite grim. Some gratefulness is the least I can do. That sounds delicious, despite the first impression of being gross because blood as an ingredient. But here in Germany we have also a type of sausage that is pretty much Death Knight Castle that contains blood as a standard ingredient. We actually call it blood sausage. I don't know if this is the proper translation, but in German it's just Blutwurst or Blutwurst. I just have to do this, and yeah, it's basically made out of yeah, blood mostly, seasoned blood, and it's shockingly delicious. It's a shame that when things then get costly out of a fad, isn't it? Here in Germany, it's not meat related, but we have that fun problem that we have a lot of lactose intolerant people that are super happy that there are now lactose free foodstuffs. But the fun part is that they are so much more costly than regular foodstuffs, and nobody in our land, in our country, is interested in making these things cheaper for somebody. Like, I really don't get it. If you have this problem that you can't metabolize stuff properly, you are now also honored to pay triple the price for the most basic dairy products. Yeesh. So disgusting. Sounds like something that I would eat too. I just can't pronounce all these Portuguese things. Sunken Palace. Oh yeah, why not? Dark Laboratory. Coagulated pork blood, yeah. Yeah. Casserole with sauerkraut Blutwurst. It's a wicked combo. I only know that with roasted potatoes. But yeah, checks out. I mean, back in the day when people were way more poor, you know, you were way more inclined to use the whole beef, which I really do respect. I hate this throwaway society nowadays, where everything just gets a little use and then it gets replaced. It's really bothering me. Or just the best cut of the meat and give throw away the rest and turn it into pet food. Dangerous. Yo. The hack doesn't really scare me with her locusts. Well, Simon, this sounds like a very, very classic recipe. And I think as long as you stick to the ingredients, there's not really much you can go wrong with. It's one of those wonderful recipes where I would assume, judging from what is inside there, you just need to know how to handle your basics, and then the rest is just coming along nicely. I love meals that just consist out of specific, really good ingredients, handled a little bit, you know, cooked a little bit, seasoned a little bit, not overcooked. That's where the fun's at. One of my favorite dishes to cook lately is just a vegetable stew, where I just take very, very much time in each step, and I cook it only with a very minimal amount of water. Take care that all the veggies in there are only cooked as little time as possible, as necessary, to just get them to the point where they are pleasant to eat. Overcooking things has been one of my cardinal sins in the past, and still is. It happens so easily. Poutine is something that I totally, or sorry if I mispronounce it, that I totally wanted to try out as well, but I keep forgetting it. It's one of those, as far as I understood it, very much Canadian staples, isn't it? Alright, my fellow foodies, it is time for me to say goodnight for today. I've been already relatively late, and I just feel like finding an end for today. So, thanks for the good company, everybody. Thanks for the good food talk. I think we had a really, really great one today. So, yeah, catch you all next time. Don't know if I'm being around tomorrow. We got our Pathfinder group tomorrow evening, but they're usually done at 10 a.m., so good chances that I'll be around too.